Hi everyone, Gail and Claire here, talking real estate in North Atlanta, Georgia today. We are going to tell you a story about a first-time home buyer who called us recently, and everything was going swimmingly until
we had to put the brakes on a little bit.
they got a little tripped up.
They did.
By their interaction and experience with Zillow.
Yes.
Now, if you are a buyer in the market, you may have had this experience as well. So we're going to tell you our story and also
dive into the secrets of Zillow so that you as a buyer know what to look out for and not get into this situation.
Right. The top three things to avoid with Zillow.
Yes. But first, the quick story is we got this referral from a past client, and everything was great. They had all of their ducks in a row. I was like, wow, y'all are so on top of it. They had a pre-approval letter.
Yes.
They knew exactly what they wanted in a house, what the area was, and they mentioned going to see a house with another agent, and we were just like, oops. Have you signed with another agent? Have you signed any paperwork? And she was like, no, we're good. Nothing has been signed. And something just kind of...
We knew that couldn't be right because ever since last year when this lawsuit changed the rules, you have to sign something with an agent to go see a house.
To go see a house, and definitely to make an offer, which they did as well because they liked that house. But come to find out, they did not like the agent, and because they did not get the offer, they went to their friends and they were like, who did you use? We need help. But because they made that offer or saw the house, they signed a buyer brokerage agreement, and come to find out, with no time to review what they were signing. And
they specifically said they felt pressured.
They felt a lot of pressure and rubbed them the wrong way. And so we took this and we were like, we wanted to just tell you buyers what to look out for on Zillow, because it is kind of a landmine of buttons that you don't know what they do.
And they're so enticing.
When
you're a buyer and you want so much to get going in the process and you don't know what to do next. That little button that says contact agent looks like the doorway, the gateway to what you everything you want.
Request a tour.
Yes.
I mean, that is like,
isn't that what you want?
So easy. It is not that easy, unfortunately.
It is not.
So let's back up a bit and discuss the business model and the history of Zillow.
Yes, this will be quick. We're not going to go through a whole lot of detail. So Zillow was initially set up as kind of an entertainment site, just a site to look at houses.
Everybody loves real estate.
Yeah, so
for the real estate junkies.
It was exactly. It was a place that you could go to look at the houses that were on the market without having an agent, and you could just kind of flip through pictures. They're set up. That's why the Zillow site is set up so beautifully, because it was literally an entertainment site. Then they sold advertising, and that's how they made their money. But as you can imagine, there is a cap to how much money you can make when you're selling advertising on a site. And they quickly came to understand that they could make a whole lot of money.
Because nobody was clicking the ads. I mean, that's the normal thing of like, well, you have that ad space, but who's really clicking?
Right.
And then they realized, agents, we can make money through agents, because one of the biggest issues with agents is finding leads. So if they could answer that question and then get these consumers, to call the agent, well, then they can just assign you to whoever is paying for that. So,
and initially they had agents from various brokerages would pay Zillow to be advertised on their site. So there was still a certain amount of space between Zillow and the agents. The agents still were their own brokerages, and
there still is.
and they still are.
Yeah.
But but now it's a tighter bond.
Yes.
And Zillow takes more of the agent compensation.
Yes.
So they have refined their process.
They have.
And they have refined their website to be the maximum income producer it can be, which of course is the whole point of that.
And it's a beautiful website.
It is.
We ourselves really wish that we could use it for more, because their pictures and their
it's user friendly.
Yeah, it's so nice to use and so easy, but with the new additions of all the clickbaits, literally, it is tough to get around. But let's talk the Zestimate. Is that what?
Yeah, so one of the secrets that you need to know is, it's not that much of a secret.
No.
The Zestimates are not to be trusted.
No.
And Zillow has really worked hard to improve them, except for one little minor fact, and that is, we listened recently to this podcast that we're about to show you, and an insider let it out that Zillow purposefully gives wrong values. Now, why do they do this? Well, let's listen and find out.
Yeah.
But the Zestimate is not supposed to be correct.
No.
Because if it was correct and it said your house is worth $210,000 to $230,000, here's your $20,000 window or something like that, nobody's going to complain about it. But if you tell somebody that their $700,000 house is worth $550,000 or $1.5 million, they're either going to bellyache to their neighbors about it, or they're going to brag that their house is worth 1.5, and they're going to tell other people, and then other people. This was an actual crafted strategy.
There you go.
So there you go. That's pretty much it in a snapshot. He worked for Julia and therefore Zillow. So he knows his stuff.
Yes, he's got the backstory.
Yes.
So the reason they did that is because it causes buzz.
It does.
It causes people to either complain that how dare Zillow be so low, or brag, my house is worth $1.5 million when you know it's only worth $700,000.
Right.
So it is characteristically wrong.
It is.
And as good as AI is getting, in the end, you've got to have a human being go through the numbers, go through the house, and just because they're in the business day in and day out, they have a feel for what sells, what doesn't sell, what is appealing, what isn't appealing, and the value to attach to all of those little factors.
Yeah. So what do you do when you're on Zillow and you find the perfect house and you want to request a tour?
You're so excited.
You're so excited.
That button is calling your name.
Right?
Don't press it. Don't press it.
Right? Yeah. You want to take that address and send it to your local trusted agent. If you don't have one, do what our potential clients did and ask their friends who have recently bought. Who did you use? Were they good? Did you like them? And just go about it the personal way instead of the AI Russian roulette, agent roulette.
Get outside the Zillow system.
Exactly.
You want to use Google or your search engine of choice. So that you can get a broader range of agents and do some digging. You want to you can use Zillow as part of that. We have a profile on Zillow, but because Zillow is its own ecosystem, years ago we had all kinds of reviews on Zillow, and they just erased them. They disappeared. So we no longer focus our reviews on
We
Zillow.
do still have them on there,
We
but
built them up some.
recently we have switched to Google. And
Yes.
so the McCown group on Google has, I think, well, not all of our reviews. All of our reviews are on our website, so
Yes, go to
McCowngroup.com. But
Somewhere we can control where they get,
right.
where they don't get erased.
But the point is to make sure they have reviews.
Yes.
Make sure they're good. Make sure that they have past sales in the area that you're looking,
Right.
or just have knowledge of it. And so those things. What else? Make sure they don't have a Gmail address as their email address, because that is opening you up to so much fraud. And there is a lot of confidential data that goes between you and your real estate agent. So
Yes.
that's just a really like simple, but you don't think about it type of red flag.
Yes.
What else?
If you want an agent in another part of the country, if you're looking for an agent in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Boston, or even LA, or really worldwide,
Yeah.
call us.
Yeah. We have partners.
Make the real estate process personal. You want to connect with real people. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
You want to be able to trust the people. So if you call us and tell us that you are going to move to LA, we will spend a lot of time researching agents
We will do the interview process for you
Exactly.
and give you the best options so that you can do your due diligence.
Right. We can even give you 2 or 3 choices
Yeah.
so that you don't have to depend on contact agent.
Yeah.
You want to, and also it's our reputation. So at that point, even though you're moving to LA, we would like to get a good review from you. Like we want a 5-star review that says, Gail and Claire did an excellent job researching our agent in LA. We never would have found them, and we are so pleased. So that is a good example of taking the big box feel of real estate out of the picture and making it personal with real human connection, because that's how you have a trustworthy system.
Yeah. That's really our business model, is to have that boutique family business that you can trust us, because I mean, we have built-in accountability. You have both generations helping you either buy or sell.
Yeah.
And we love what we do, and we hope that it comes across. So
Absolutely.
but I think that's it for today. And I'm Claire McCown.
I'm Gail McCown.
And we're a mother-daughter real estate team in the North Atlanta suburbs, and we would love to help you achieve your real estate goals, whether that be buying, selling, investing. Give us a call at 678-807-9566, or click the link in the description below and we can go from there.
And we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching.